scientific spirituality. My name is Bensife West, reaching you live and direct from the heart of Africa. If this is your first time watching me on this channel, you are highly welcome. This is the place where I separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I'll be talking about the use of the magical name and how to invoke your magical name through daily rituals or rites. When we say the magical name, it's a name that you use to connect to your spiritual practice, a name that represents your spiritual essence, your spiritual character, your key principles in life. In other words, it represents your core philosophies, what you stand for, what you represent, and what you reflect or what you emanate. It is that name that is composed of the energetical configurations of your being or the core of your spiritual essence. And these names, they are very important and necessary. And in spirituality, they are used to connect you to your higher self or to your goal or to your purpose. Okay, just like we have names for different kind of phenomena in the world. Every human being have a purpose, have an identity, and they have something that they are here to contribute to humanity. So the essence of that name is actually to identify them, to single them out from the crowd, and to express their true purpose for which they are here. So this is something that is taken very seriously in the practice of spirituality, African spirituality. Okay, when a child is born, quite naturally, they are given a name, mostly by the parents. To this name that is given by the parents is to name them, to classify them as a complete human being. Every human being must have a name. Okay, but that name alone, in most cases, it does not fully reflect the complete identity or purpose of that child. The parents usually names the child out of their own personal caprices or understanding. Maybe they just want a child to be part of their own manifestation of what life is supposed to be. They want children. Okay, I will just have 4 children in this lifetime, 6 children, and I'll call this one this, we call this that, and I will have a happy family, I will have a house, and have this, have that. And they are okay with that. And then the child is born, and they just give the child any name that comes to mind. But that true name of the child, most times people don't really know it. The child is left for that child to grow into the name or to discover that name in their future when the child becomes an adult individual. So when you begin to grow as a teenager into an adult, you begin to discover things about yourself that only holds true for you. And when you come into certain spiritual practice, you come in contact, in touch with your true self. When they say know thyself, this is the essence of spiritual practice. You will discover that you are not just a human being, you are something much more. You represent a whole concept or ideology or a certain principle in nature. Now, for you to show or to become fully active, you need to answer the name of that principle that you actually represent. And this is where you make contact with your spiritual or magical name. So the magical name comes into play for this very purpose. Now, why is it necessary? Because when that magical name is discovered and the pronunciation or the use of that name will fully push the individual into their life purpose or their destiny. And as that name is used, the names actually expands. The name will resonate with the individual, and there will be like a synergy or symphony between that name and the purpose for that person being here. So using that name, we further empower the person to achieve their goals quickly, or to manifest them quickly, or to become who they fully are in this lifetime. Now we have different kind of magical names. The reasons for this, the benefits. One of the major benefits is that it separates the individual from his spiritual life from his personal life or their private life. When you take on your magical name in the spirit world or spirit realm, it signifies your inner standing and coming into wholeness of who you really are, and it helps to facilitate your ascension in the spirit world. So the more you use that name, the more powerful you become. So it is often important that the practitioner uh, finds out their magical name and be using it, especially in rites. It's very important you use this in rites, because anytime you use those names, it uh, opens a very powerful gateway into the spirit realm and connects you to that very thing that you are coming into. And also too, when you use that name, especially you're doing rites in public or outside or in nature, it helps to protect the efficacy or the potency of that rites. For instance, when you're doing things, people may be there listening to you. When they hear your real name, using it limits you to only material potentials. It weakens the power of the rites, and people listening into the rite can know who is there doing this because of their real name. But when you use your magical name in these places, people cannot know who you really are, number one. So there's that window or that canopy of privacy of protecting your ritual, protecting your intentions, protecting the things that you are doing. So when you call your magical names, it can be anything that is true to you. The person cannot really know who is that. And that name has as a title, it acts as a name of power to protect you and to give you that air of supernatural what should I say, power or supernatural connection that will help to manifest your goals faster. So it is a very important, because the name connects you to your ancestors, connects you to certain spiritual places or currents that you are trying to make contact with. Okay. Now, in some cases, in Africa, before a child is born, they will do divination. It can be Ifa divination, can be any kind of divination to find out the kind of child that is coming and the purpose of that child. Some of these divinations we discover this, especially if the child has a very powerful destiny. They will discover the real name of the child, and when the child comes, they just give them that name, and they quickly start manifesting the destiny. Now, some people don't also do divination as well. They just call the child any name, but the real essence of the child is there inside the child. So, as the child grows up, he or she will discover that name, and they will start calling themselves that name, and their destiny will also unfold faster. So later on, as we practice rites in spirituality, you will discover that you are not who you are. You are not this person. You are not this body. Your name does not fully reflect your abilities and capabilities. So most people, they change their names when they become adults. They will have a spiritual name or the so-called magical name, and they'll be using this name. These names can come in as titles, as in alias, AKAs. But those are the real names of the person, because they reflect the core principles of the person, of the individual. And the individual fully materializes their potentials. Then sometimes, due to the character of a person that they are exhibiting, people will start just calling them certain names to reflect what they see in them. So there are some times whereby a group of people, the community or the crowd, will give somebody a certain name, and the name sticks with the person because the person represents that principle, and it is undeniable. So when they see certain things just happening, they will just say this person is so so so. They will just give him a new name. and that name is what everybody will start calling that person. And this happens in societies, it happens in families, it's very normal thing. So when this happens, we say that name is like the real name of the person, or the spiritual or magical name, because it reflects the real character of the person. So that is how it is. Now we have situations whereby we use the name to empower other people, empower rights, and other people, when they call this name, they can easily come into the environment of such a person. We have certain names of certain divinities or deities that when called during rites, you summon the deity or the person. The magical name of somebody else can also be used to summon them as well, because it reflects their new or their original identity. So these names can be used in chants, can be used in meditative practices, can be used in any kind of prayers or rituals, and the person will still get the effects, or we still get the energy that is directed to them in this rite. So the most people see this magical name as more powerful than the physical name of the person, because it reflects the real identity, the real nature of the person that have them. It also serves as a kind of energy conduct or conduits. Let me use that word to empower the person. There are people whereby you summon them by calling them this name. You will find out that the name is actually uh, inspiring them or invigorating them. Then you can use this name to hail them, to tell them things, or to appeal to them or appease them to do certain things for you. Just the same way we will do this to a deity by singing songs of praise to the deity, and by beseeching the deity to do certain things for you. So this name works faster in getting the people to respond to certain things, especially the things that they represent, they stand for. When you use this name to address them, call their attention to that issue, and ask them to do the needful concerning the issue, you find that instantly it will the call will be accepted, and they will go into action instantly and solve that problem or correct that anomaly that uh, they are designed to correct naturally. So these names are very, very important. We, in African spirituality, each practitioner is expected to have their own magical name for good reasons. When you want to get this name, you can get it by channeling the name. I have done a previous video about how to channel your magical name in the past on this channel, and you can use that technique, or you can use it by discovering what you looking at yourself and discovering what you are best at doing. The things you are very good at doing uh, can reflect the kind of name that you are carrying, or reflects your talent, and you start answering the name in line with that very thing that you are very good at. So when you start answering that name, you find out that you become better at doing that very thing. You will be like unstoppable. Nobody can be able to contest you or rival you in that very field. So that very thing becomes you. So whatever you are doing that you are uh, very, very talented at, it becomes you, and it becomes your name quite naturally. So you can use this as a way of connecting with your true self, connecting with divinity, and expanding your consciousness, and your productivity, your capacity, and your influence on this physical reality we call Hex. So you can do this by every time you do your daily rites, use that name. The more you use the more the name becomes more empowered, the more it becomes more powerful, and you will be known by that name in the spirit world. We have a lot of practitioners that we don't know their real name, but their real name is no more. It's like it's already dead because they don't use that name anymore. Maybe you just see it in their birth certificate, but they don't answer that name. That is the government name. The spiritual name or magical name is what people know them by because of the things that they do, the services that they offer. So they have now uh, become fully in touch with their full identity. They are in complete alignment with their purpose and their nature. So it becomes them. So we have these principles now. You see them, when we mention example of Kemetic deities or Orisha deities like Ente Uti, Nubis or Apun. When you mention the name represents certain principles. When you say Teuti, now it represents wisdom, knowledge, understanding. When you mention Ampu, it presents death, reincarnation, regeneration, rebirths, stuff like that. When you mention name like Oshun, it represents love, beauty, life, happiness. So you see the name represents these principles in nature. So in your own life as well, your magical name must represent certain principles that you hold dear, principles that fight against injustice, that fight against oppression, principles that seeks to restore balance, or principles of prosperity, or anything that you are doing that you focus on. Either you are bringing creativity, love, happiness to people, bringing value to the life of people. Your name must reflect it. Your spiritual name must reflect a certain principle. Okay, so everybody have these names, and we need to be using them. We need to discover them and using these principles to connect with higher principles that represent those things as well. Connect you faster. So when you cross over, you finally transition. You will become a vessel for that energy that you have always represented. When people look at the chapters of your life, they will see that this person encompasses this principle. This person is this principle in living form. That's why they say we are all gods and goddesses. Our actions and our living carries energy that will be here after we have gone. So the names that we call ourselves, that we represent, are those essence that we will leave behind, those prints that we will leave behind in time and space for other people to see. So names really matters, and there's power in names. And we must use the right names to do the right things, to reconnect with our true divinity, and to expand our influence. So don't let anybody tell you that names does not matter. They matter a lot, especially in the aspect of spirituality. They are very, very important. In fact, we cannot do without them. So if you have not gotten a magical name now or a spiritual name, try to get one. Uh, you can find it out based on your character. You can do your channeling, and there are some that are connected to our bloodlines. As in Africa, or place like Nigeria, have certain names and titles that are connected to bloodline. Attaching these titles to your name help to invoke that spiritual essence that is inside the family, and to keep that principle alive. There are some people that the titles are transferred to them. Hereditary or spiritual titles are handed to them because it is part of the family bloodline. So if you have that in your family, it will be very nice if you are using those names. Using the names, keep the energy alive, make it stronger, and continue the chain of command or transference to the next generation. Okay, so we should not lose all these things. They are there for a reason. There are some names that can, or some titles that can never die. It comes with your spiritual, your destiny. It comes with it. So you should be using those names. You use them in occasions, or you use them in your rites, and use them. If you don't use anything, it dies. So it's a gift. Accept them as a gift, and you cherish them. It's part of our cultural heritage. So this is how they are. So try to get these names and be incorporating them into your daily living. Okay, the more you call the name, the more people call the names, the more powerful the names are, and the more the energy inside that names is released into the atmosphere to do the work that they are supposed to do. Okay, so we have a duty to do all these things, and it's very important to enhance your spiritual practice. Uh, it aids in your spiritual transformation, and it restores your lost identity, restores our lost identity that the enemy have been trying to cut off from us. It also offers protection and anonymity, as I've said before. When you're using the name in public, people cannot really know your true name, so they cannot trace you to do certain things. They cannot be able to find out what you are praying for, so that they will go and stop it. Because there are some evil people, when they see you are doing some supplications, their own is to find out what you are praying for, that they will go and work against you to block it from materializing. So using these names, we offer you that protection that they cannot understand. Okay, so there's a lot of benefits. So using the name is a kind of alchemical process that will transform you from the physical reality to your spiritual reality. So we need to have them. Okay, so you can trace those people that, especially if you are from Africa, we have these names in our family. They are family titles. In my own family, I have one that I inherited from my father. When I discovered, we just thought it was a title, but later on, after I died, we discovered that that name was not a title. That name, there's so many things to it, and we discovered that the name is a principle on its own, and it's tied to the bloodline. So I have to inherit it, which I'm very proud of, by the way. So we have this kind of things in certain families in Africa. They are living entities, they are living deities. We call them titles, or they call them Odova in Urubu. So these are part of it. Your title, your spiritual title. And they are often used in ceremonies. When you go to certain occasions, we don't use our real name. Everybody, the Otuta or the spokesman, we start asking everybody to call their Odova. This is supposed to be their magical name. If you are from Urubu, Niger Delta, you should know this. So certain ceremonies, maybe it can be even a marriage ceremony, uh, kind of dance meeting or a spiritual ceremony. Nobody uses their real name there. Everybody will use this secret name that we call Odova. So when they ask, what is your Odova? If you don't have, you will not be introduced. They will not call your, they will not identify you. If you don't have a spiritual name or a magical name, or it means that you are nobody. So you must have one. If somebody does not have one, you are given one instantly, so that they will use that name to identify you during the whole process of the ceremony. So this was an integral part of African culture in the ancient time, especially in the Niger Delta, Nigeria. We have this, we still have this culture till now, and we use it. So they are very, very important. So if you don't have one Odova or magical or spiritual name, go and find one. Find one that reflects your character, reflects your identity or your purpose, and be using it for this kind of occasions. Okay, it's very, very important. So this is what I want to say today concerning this topic: invoking your magical name through daily rituals. Questions or comments are welcome. Please like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, and when you subscribe, please endeavor to hit the enable all notification sign, so that when I post videos, post articles, or memes or shorts, you can get my notifications in your feed. You can follow up on this channel. This channel is a very good place to source information about African spirituality. In fact, I will say it is the best place. Here I give you the facts raw. Here we separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions here. So if you want to learn African spirituality, subscribe to this channel, share it with your friends. There's over 1,000 videos right now on this channel. dealing with a variety of topics that have not been covered by many other channels yet. So share the channel. Then, if you want to know about stuff, I have written about 4 books now. This is the latest one. This one is the one on plasma physics. Plasma physics is the physics that talks about the plasma ring, the fourth state of matter. You know, science, we say there are 3 states of matter in the primary school: solid, liquid, gas. In university, they will tell you we have a fourth state because this is the highest state, which is the plasma ring. Now, this plasma ring is complete spiritual ring. The Western world call it the plasma ring so that they can study it. And they will tell you African spirituality is evil, that there's no such thing as a spirit world. That is a very big lie. There's many things in the spirit world. And in this spirit world, we can generate unlimited energy to power this physical world. So when you begin to hear things like plasma, nuclear, thermonuclear fusion reactors, these are engines that are built to design or to source energy from the spirit world. These engines were molded by real life plasma generators that we have. The perfect example is the sun. That sun you see, our SUN sun, is a plasma generator that gives life to the whole planet. Without that sun, we will not have any solar system. There will be no life on this earth, and there will be no 9 planets. The sun is the center of our universe, the most powerful force of nature. So ancient Africans worship the sun. We still worship the sun till tomorrow because it's our father. When you hear the Lord's Prayer is a prayer dedicated to the sun, and it's an African prayer. Our Father who art in heaven. Where is the heaven? Is it not the firmament, the sky? Our Father who art in heaven, we are talking about the sun. The sun is our father, the earth is our mother. Hallowed be thy name. You praising the name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. The same will that they have in the sun, in that kingdom, that will must be done here in this earth. So the person is praying to the sun. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses. Give us food for this day to survive. And forgive us all the bad things we have done as we have forgiven those people who have also sinned against us. And lead us not into temptation of evil. There's always evil around. Evil is part of nature. So we pray to avoid it. And we do our best to stay out of evil. Whether you like it or not, evil is part of nature. Set is part of nature. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who sin against us, and lead us not into temptation and deliver us from evil. Amen. Amen. The Son, in the name of the Son. So that our Father's prayer is praying to the Son as his most supreme power, and they took it and put it into Christianity. So the power of the Sun is as a plasma energy generator. Is there for everybody to see. Now, what men did in the ancient time and modern time, they were able to mimic or simulate the process of how the sun generates its energy, and this is what they use to create those nuclear reactors and plasma reactors that we have that are powering people's house. Now, the thing is that we have not even scratched the surface of this energy, because this energy offers the potential for unlimited power, and we need to master it so that we can be able to build systems that we can use to travel from galaxies to galaxies, from light years away from us. We can reach every part of this our universe with the energy of this sun. And this is where we are going now. This is our destiny as galaxy explorers. So you see, everybody now, the Western world, they are all set for this because they study nature, they know about this stuff. It's we Africans that are still praying to a phantom, still wasting our time doing nonsense. So if you practice in African spirituality, you need to know about the process how whereby the sun generates this energy. And this is what I put inside this book for you, this plasma physics. I talk everything you need to know about plasma energy generation, how ancient people venerate the sun, and the potentials for this kind of energy. And I was able to link it up with African spirituality as the source of this knowledge. So this book is the first of its kind in the whole of Africa. Plasma physics from a pure 100% Afrocentric perspective that explains this for you in simple language connects you to the source of this knowledge, and positions you for how to tap into the plasma ring. I gave techniques that the ancient Africans were using to tap into the plasma ring inside this book, so you too can access it as a gateway for unlimited energy to power your processes in life, to manifest your destiny in life, to connect to divinity as well, to express it, and if nothing else, to know this knowledge and to transfer it to the next generation, because this is why we are here, to study. The more you know about nature is the more you know about God. So the man that has more knowledge of natural phenomenon, that person is the closest person to God on this planet. So you need to do the work, do the needful. This is what we are here to do, to share, transfer, disseminate knowledge that will uplift us, empower us, and subsequently liberate us from every kind of shackles of mental slavery, economic poverty, ignorance, evil, and all these things that we are witnessing right now in the world. So please get this book, Plasma Physics. This is the hottest material right now on the market. Knowledge is here. We don't have excuse not to know anything anymore. And while you're at it, if you are new to this topic, we ask quantum physics came before plasma physics, because quantum realm is the realm that uh, represents the physical and the spiritual. For you to get to the plasma realm, you must pass through the quantum realm. So if you have not come across quantum physics before, get quantum physics book, get this other book. Both of them go together, so your knowledge can be complete. In the quantum realm, we talked about the atom. It is through the atom, the smallest indivisible particle of nature, we go through to the plasma ring. So you need to know about the atom, how the atom works. You need to know about dark matter consciousness. Somebody was talking about dark matter. Dark matter are the building blocks of nature. They say the whole universe is about 70% of dark matter. In this book, I talked about the dark matter essence here. I focus on it because it relates to the quantum ring. So dark matter is unlimited energy. From the dark matter consciousness, we get so many things. Even the plasma ring is also part of the dark matter consciousness. I talk about 666 melanin, which we have in our body. We are all particles or essence of the dark matter consciousness. Okay, it's a black planet. So you need to have this knowledge. For that person talking about dark matter just now, get this book. I have done the work on dark matter in this book. In this book, I talked about a negative space, the wormhole, the black hole, time and space travel, Gargut, Grand Unified God Almighty Theory. I covered it in this book. Very powerful book you are seeing here. Also one of the first of its kind in Africa, Quantum Physics and African Spirituality. So the two of them go together. It will complete this body of knowledge for you. Then if you want to know how to do spells, over 200 spells are here, walking in the shadow of the gods. It will help you to solve many problems. There are spells for love, prosperity, protection, and many illnesses, about more than 100 illnesses. The remedies are here inside this book. African remedy, simple, with the botanical names for the plants are inside, so it's easy for you to find the plants. The whole chapter, first chapter, is dedicated to plants. Okay, I completed the work here. So get this one if you have not gotten it. 200 spells are here waiting for you. Then practicing, making contact with African deities. Whispers of Amente is here. In this book, I talked about how you can make contact with the African deities by yourself without any middleman. I wrote this book because of the issue many people are having, that when they want to learn African spirituality, they have problems making contact with the right people. There's a lot of quacks out there. This our fake babalaos, fake people that will be deceiving you, claiming they are their masters. It's only through them. Those ones that are like vampires that want to tie somebody's destiny, to be manipulating the people. So all those things, we have these problems in African spirituality. There's good and bad everywhere. So this book will help you connect by yourself. I wrote this book as a grimoire, a spiritual textbook or scientific textbook that give you instructions on how to make contact with the deity by yourself. In the book, I talked about the nature of the deities, their ideology, their philosophy, what they represent, and When you read it, immediately you read the book, the spirit will start coming to you. The book speaks to you as you are reading this book. The book is also reading you. Yeah, I expose the secrets of the deities, so you will incorporate them inside you, you will subsume them. And when you do the right, you become one with them. So the book is a living entity, it's a gateway into the spirit world. So if you want to practice African spirituality, you get this book. Okay, there's powerful deities. Say Amenra, I put him inside here. Ampu is inside here. Teuti is inside here. Ishu is also inside here too. And Santisma Morite is also here as well. Sets is also here. I put everything for you, so you will choose what you represent. All these deities are different aspects of us. They are all inside us. So at any given time, we reflect any of them. Okay, we reflect when we display wisdom, we're reflecting Teuti. When we display retribution, we're reflecting sets. When we reflect, when we representing justice, we're reflecting Anubis. There are so many things here. So it explains it for you, and it gives you the ideology, the understanding of these principles, and why these principles are here. They are principles that we can't do with. They are part of nature. They are part of you. So you need to learn how to deal with them. So this book will balance your scales before you transition to the other plane. So you need this one. If you have not gotten this one, please get it. The four of them, they are very powerful books that I have written here for expansion of consciousness. Not because I want to brag. I want this knowledge to come out. So we have work to do. So please get them, get anyone, but I will advise you to get the three. These are the powerful stuff that came out of the shrine by the inspiration of the ancestors, my African ancestors, our African ancestors. So they will help you in your spiritual development and advancement. This one, you don't need middleman, you don't need me. Just buy and read and do the work inside. I don't have a my work is to write the book, present the information. I have done my job. Your job is to read it and apply it, or do what you want to do it, and the knowledge is out there. So we have books that are here. If you also want to learn African spirituality more, I have a 6 months program where I teach it from the history to the metaphysics to the science and the hardcore spirituality. You can register for my program as well. I will teach you so many spells, so many practical things that you can use to enhance your life and bring things into reality. Very powerful spells I put inside that program as well. There's a lot of work to be done. No? Not that you just enter the knowledge will just fly into you. Will do the work. You will learn it. Practice makes perfect. This is the way it works. You can register for that program. If you want to do your Oracle Tarot divination, I do it as well. You can contact me. I charge them 50 USD for that one. If you want to buy your meditation beads, your soaps, your perfumes, your cowries, native shock, thunderstone, miracle stone, black stone, native swench, everything we use in African spirituality, a lot of stuff, I sell them on this channel. You can contact me. You can also check out my website, River of Knowledge, the product page. I have a lot of products now. I carry a lot of products in African spirituality. You can buy stuff from me. Please buy stuff from me. Patronize my stuff. Not go and buy something that you can't be asking me how to use it. I'm not going to answer you. So things are here for you to use. So I thank you very much for watching. I'm very delighted. And those people that have been supporting the channel so far, I thank you very much, of course. And I'll be seeing you in the subsequent videos as usual. So take care and bye. Peace.